Funny Story could have been a cliched love story full of tropes and predictable mishaps, but it is so much more. Read the full review below. Emily. Henry quickly became an instant buy author for me when I read You and Me on Vacation. I don't have to even read what's on the blurb to know it's going to be a good one. She puts out hit after hit. Funny Story is no exception. Book Lovers opens up with the female lead having to smile her way through a breakup in Happy Place forces exes into close proximity. So it's not a surprise that Funny Story kicks off with something similar. The blurb opens with, Daphne always loved the way her fiancé Peter told their story. How they met on a blustery day, fell in love over an errand hat, and moved back to his lakeside hometown to begin their life together. He really was good at telling it, right up until the moment he realized he was actually in love with his childhood best friend Petra. The man falls in love with his longtime best friend who was there all along is hardly a new concept. It's a story I myself have devoured time after time. And I'm always on the sidelines begging the friends to see just how perfect they'd be together if they just took the plunge. Emily. Henry turns the trope that I loved so much in her earlier novel on its head here. We're rarely watching it unfold from the perspective of the fiancé who was waiting at home for him to come back from his stag do, which is exactly where we find Daphne. Issue with relocating your entire life to be with the person you've fallen for is if things don't go to plan. You're stranded miles away from your own life. Daphne doesn't really know anyone outside of the group they built for themselves, which if she's honest are just as friends. That's how she ends up living with the only person who can really understand how she feels. Petra's ex-lover Miles, who was just as blindsided by the romantic turn the childhood best friends took. She takes all of the furniture she bought for her and Peter and tucks it away into the spare bedroom at Peter's. It doesn't matter if it fits. She'll live in a real-life game of Tetris before she lets him keep any of it. Although Daphne and Miles have met before on double dates, they don't really know much about each other. Peter never had a nice word to say about him, likely because he was the man sleeping with the woman he was secretly pining over, which means Daphne only knows that he likes to smoke cannabis. When Peter invites her to his wedding to his best friend, just months after he called off their own wedding, Daphne doesn't think, she just lies. She would be there with her new boyfriend Miles because, apparently in Waning Bay, Michigan, when you get cheated on you don't get angry, you just swap partners. I love watching fake relationships unfold across a page. The blurred lines, moments that are straight out of a film and ramped up romance, since nobody has to pull back get me every time.